item? Oh, I know.
We'll wait for Jason.
While we're waiting for Jason, can I have a point of personal privilege? While we're waiting for Jason, can I have a point of personal privilege?
I don't want to know what a point of personal privilege is, but I guess it's okay.
Yeah. I haven't been here the last couple of meetings for personal reasons, but I noticed on tonight's agenda, there's no public participation before the agenda.
That's true.
It's at the end.
Yes.
But I did read online today a lot of negativity about the closed government that East Windsor now has, and it's not open. You can read that yourselves, all those comments. But how are we supposed to give our point across to something that's on the agenda, which is the purpose of people coming to town meeting, if we can't speak till after you vote?
Here's Jason, saved by Jason. We're going to try this. I think one reason I did it was there was a lot of negativity, and I'm trying to get back and have people come to the meeting to try to be positive about, about the whole meeting, about the Board of Selectmen, about the town. And instead, it was a great deal like Facebook, what's wrong with the, I'd rather have someone working with us. So if we can slowly get back to where we were. I think most board meetings only have one public participation.
Right,
so then it's just a question of when it's before or at the end.
Well, you're going to get negativity whether it's before the meeting or afterwards, and it's better to have it before so that people can state what's on their mind as far as an agenda item. Because right now,
I'll have my point of personal preference under item number 10. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so I call the meeting to order for Thursday, March 1st, 2018. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Would anybody like to add something to the agenda?
So I came in kind of in the middle of that. Are we adding public participation?
No. We were waiting for you, Jason.
Okay. I would like to have public participation at the outset because not allowing folks to speak until after we've made whatever decisions we're going to make seems kind of it doesn't really seem like it's going to get to the purpose that we're trying to get to. I'd rather hear from them before we decide something. I also think that it's more in the public's interests to not make them sit around and wait until the very end of the meeting, which could be anywhere between, I don't know, 8 and 10. They know what time the meeting starts. They know that that's used to be an early point of the agenda, and so I would move that we reinsert public participation after attendance.
Attendance? After attendance?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a second?
We're going to eliminate the other one and just have the one in the beginning?
I'm fine with that.
I'll second that.
Okay.
And have two public participations, or just the one in the beginning, get rid of the one in the end?
Yeah. The one at the beginning.
Okay.
Is there further discussion?
Well, I thought it was best at the end because there were things that the public had brought up that at the beginning when we had 2 of them, which we should have had just 1, that there is public participation, but things that we were going to discuss and did discuss that they brought up at the beginning to talk about that when in fact it was going to be during the meeting anyway. So it was like being redundant and using a lot of time unnecessarily.
I think everything Charlie said is true, but personally, I don't really care whether it's beginning or end. I just don't think that 2 are necessary. Every other commission, committee, board has one, public comment section, and I think that's what we should have.
And
I think it's overdue to have 2.
For now, I think we should have 1.
I kind of think the public would be better off if it was at the end. Then they could comment on what went on during the meeting, okay? If we have it in the beginning, they're gonna be talking, but they won't be able to comment on anything that we haven't said yet, you know? You get my drift here.
And I did.
Personally, I don't care if it's in the beginning or if it's at the end. Whatever you guys decide, I'll run with it.
I kind of go along with Charlie and you, because the meetings were going awfully long, and if we have it in the beginning, then people are going to be talking about things that we're going to be talking about, so I'd rather talk about it, and then at the end, hear what they have to say, and there are other...
Public participation is why the meetings are going on.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not sure that public participation is why the meetings are going on.
Okay. I lost my train of thought, but I guess what I'd say is there's other ways for the public to participate in the with the Board of Selectmen, and I'd say you can come to my office anytime. You can call me on the phone. Let me know what you're thinking about. Also, maybe we could talk about at some point contacting the Board of Selectmen members and letting them know how you feel. But so, okay, well, is there further discussion?
Yeah, there is. I agree with what you and Charlie have said. And that is, I thought it was better at the end because it gave the public an opportunity to listen to what we talked about, and they could then comment on that. But it's public participation. I think it's their call. If they want it at the beginning, that's fine with me. I just thought that two of them were an overdue, and I don't think it makes a lot. It doesn't make any difference to me. I would think it would make a difference to them because they would have an opportunity to listen to what we were talking about that evening.
I'm with Andy on that, same thing.
Okay, well, let's vote. Okay, so all those in favor of putting it after attendance?
Aye.
Right.
Opposed?
Well, I'm all right with that.
Okay, so then we'll do it. Okay. So, it's public participation now, is that correct?
Yep.
All right, public participation. Don?
Don Aaron Carey, 28 Harrington Road. Last meeting, a representative of the fire department came here for repairs of a fire truck. The price was under $8,000. One of the board members here wanted a free bids on it. This is an emergency vehicle. You can't wait to get free bids on it. That's got to be in service as fast as possible. And then there were two members of the Board of Finance after that, this week I believe, wanted 3 bids. I want to know if they had 3 bids when we went in a contract with the town attorney. That was an emergency situation. Did we get 3 bids for that? Does anybody know that?
Okay, further public participation, thank you. Bob?
Yeah, Bob Light, 80 Rye Street. First, I want to make an overall observation about public participation. My personal opinion is that it should not be a dialogue back and forth between the public and the audience and members of the Board of Selectmen. With that in mind, I don't see anybody here from Economic Development. I'm the newest member. I want to thank you all for having the confidence in having me fill the vacancy there and tell you that the first meeting I attended was very enthusiastic, very positive, and there's a lot of things that they've already done that people don't know about. There's a considerable role in getting the casinos to agree to sign a contract with the Board of Selectmen. Second thing is that plans are being made to further the Economic Development Commission of the town and to come up with more than just a one-year plan in terms of doing that. I'm not going to take the thunder away from the chairman, but I would also say that communication is an extremely important part between the development departments, the building departments, etc. And to that end, I know there were some concerns about communication wasn't open and well originated from this Board of Selectmen about the demolition of the casino. And whatever I can do to help you guys with that, I'm willing to do, both as a photographer and doing some PR work or whatever. To that end, I took some pictures today of equipment standing by, the wonderful sign that the casino paid for and put up down there in the corner of Route 5 and North Road. And I'll be there Monday volunteering to take some photos. I would certainly hope that you guys come up with a videographer. When Gil Hayes and I, who's another member of the Economic Development Commission, stopped there today, the NBC Oval broadcasting truck was there. And the other thing I want to do, if you haven't seen it yet, is give you an idea. I see the casinos is on the agenda on what the latest propaganda is from the competition at MGM.
Oh, a mailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't
I
get
called
rid
you.
of
I
it?
didn't get one.
I
You
called
get
your
'em?
office and made them aware that it came out last Friday in my mailbox. I spoke to the secretary in there to make sure that you were aware of it.
It wasn't in my mailbox yet.
Steve, I see that.
Okay.
Yes, sir?
You know, are there two, are they separate?
No. Thank you.
Came today.
Well,
So through the chair, does anybody have any sense why they're sending mail to East Windsor?
Jeez, I don't know.
Well, good, no, we're,
What? No,
Come on, what do you
the
think?
legislation's already passed. We're not the target. This is a misappropriated communication.
But they do a lot of that, don't they?
Well, it seems to me like they got a lot of money to burn.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's no function that the town government here could play in this at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that MMCT is doing a good job of trying to keep the train on the track, and it isn't going to be easy. But you're right, there is legislation outstanding that allows them to go forward. And like Bob, I drove past the site just today, and there are two very large demolition machines. They're ready to start knocking things down. That's a good sign. I think we have to stay in touch with MMCT to see if we in any way can help. It's really important that in our small part, that we be a partner with those good people.
As I understand it, there is, you know, all this is going to do is gin up our constituency to contact us to solve a problem or a perceived problem that we don't have any role whatsoever in. Which
We
means,
talk about this during the casino.
yeah, we should, you're right.
okay, yes, Tom.
Tom Talamini, 23 Rice Road. I know a few months back, I think it was actually more than 3-4 months, that we had somebody come in from the train station and talk about the possibility of a roundabout in East Windsor. And I'm just curious if anybody has heard anything else on that, just because I don't really want to be behind the 8 ball if that's going to happen. It'd be nice if we knew what was going on, and I did believe that they were going to have a meeting with us, I thought, before now. I mean, I don't know if you've heard anything, if your office has heard anything, or if they've even called Lori or whatever.
Yeah, and again, now we're going back to where we were, but it's positive, so as long as we don't back and forth. Haven't heard much.
It's just a question.
But that's a good point.
I mean, it's something to look into to see when that's gonna happen, because I think it was the train feasibility or train state, wasn't it that part of that? I can't remember who gave that presentation.
DOT.
Was it DOT?
DOT.
So I guess that would be.
Or somebody they hired. But, yeah, we'll get that
I
information.
mean, I just don't wanna be on the backside of that,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
you know?
Dale?
Dale Nelson, 51 Amelia Road. Just like to make a comment that the reason why the Board of Selectmen ended up having 2 public participations was that's what the Board of Education does, and they felt that it was important to get the input from the townspeople and the taxpayers, so they allowed for 2 participations, just for your thought process.
Okay, Jessica.
Jessica Bodley, 91B, Main Street, Broadbrook. I just wanted to come as a representative from the Broadbrook Mill Committee. informally and let you know that we're meeting. We meet on the first and third Wednesday of each month. We meet at the Osborne House at 113 Scannick Road, so we invite anyone to come down and join our conversation. And I just want to thank the board for the opportunity for us to have this kind of input. I hope at the first April meeting I can come here and present on the agenda, give you guys an idea of what we've done, what our timeline looks like. Mr. Dearmore had mentioned that before, putting a timeline together, the information that we've gathered, the conversations we had, and really present that to you formally. And again, like I said, to thank you guys. We have a really great board, a really great committee, a lot of differing viewpoints. So I think it's a good representation of a lot of different viewpoints in the town. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Andy's also on that committee, so you can contact him as well, or I'm sure any one of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can I speak up on that? I was going to bring it up later, but I really think that it would be kind of neat for us. We established two committees. One was the Charter Study Committee, and the other one was the Robert Mill Committee. I would like to have the chairman of those committees report to us just once a month. It would keep us in touch, and as Jessica was saying, any ideas that you have on what to do with the mill are very valuable, because UTC is on the verge, and I don't know how close they are, but taking action, and we did meet with them the last meeting, and they were guarded, and I don't blame them. But they have a mission, and they want to get that off of their books, that building. It's a risk, it's a hazard, and I think we're swimming upstream, but we're not going to give up on that thing. But I would like to have those two committees.
Could you bring, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but since it's the public participation, why don't we do that?
We can do that.
Selectmen's comments.
We can certainly do that,
then-
yep.
Then we can act on it
Yep.
at that point.
Okay,
We can't have-
fine.
Further public participation? Yeah.
Just because we eliminated the end of the conversation in regards to the question that was presented to you, DOT, you and I and Steve and Jason attended that meeting. It was right here in the building. And as of last night, I know that Lori Whitman has an update on what's going on with the turnaround and everything else.
Okay, we'll have it for you in the next meeting. We'll certainly have it. Okay, further public participation? Hearing none, we'll move along to approval of minutes. So I move to approve the amended budget workshop meeting minutes for February 6, 2018. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
All right.
I move to approve.
I'm abstaining, I wasn't there.
I move to approve the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes for February 15th. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those approved? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I move to approve the budget workshop meeting minutes for February 17th. Is there a second?
I have a comment on that.
Go ahead.
On the page dealing with the Broadbrook Library, the board made a suggestion, page 3, the board made a suggestion that the Broadbrook Library seek grants, and that doesn't appear here. And I think it should. They struggle,
Okay.
and
And that was,
that's another possibility.
Just generally from all of you, I'm gonna put it that way, just generally from all of you, a suggestion from all of you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I just ask who was the second on that?
Good
I'll
question.
Well,
Okay,
okay, so we'll add that to the minutes.
yes, I will. So they'll be approved as amended.
So, yeah, so I'll move that I'll withdraw my motion, and I move that we approve the budget workshop minutes for February 17th as amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I move we approve the budget workshop minutes, meeting minutes for February 20. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jason?
Opposed, I'm sorry, abstained.
Okay. I move to approve the budget workshop meeting minutes for February 22nd. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Communications, is there any communications? Okay. Boards and commission resignations and appointments. We have 2 reappointments. Does somebody want to make motions? Jason?
I move to appoint Nicholas Laskos as a member of the Economic Development Commission as a regular member for a term expiring January 1st, 2022.
Your second?
Second.
Discussion?
For discussion purposes, do all of the EDC appointments end on January 1st?
Yes, I believe they do.
So I got to know Nick a little bit. He's a good kid. He's trying to start his own business. I think I think his perspective would be valuable to that commission.
Yeah, and he is already a member, so he served on it and does an excellent job. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move to reappoint Mike Kowalski as a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission as a regular member for a term expiring on December 1st, 2021.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Same question. PZC Commission appointments expire on December 1st?
Yes. And I think that applies to all commissions expire on the same day of the month, different years. But I think we went through that last year, trying to line them all up.
One of the things so that is actually not true.
Okay.
As I look at the membership for planning and zoning, there's 5 of them that expire on October 1st, 1 that expires on November 1st, and 1 that expires on December 1st. So I would amend my motion to reappoint Mike Kowalski for a term as a regular member for a term to expire on October 1st, 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. New appointments. Our new amended term exploration appointment. Glenn Reikley had the wrong expiring term of, I think it's 2019, and so we'd like to change it to 2021. So I entertain a motion to change Glenn Reikley's expiration date to 8/1/2021.
I'll make a motion to amend that expiration date to the 2021.
Is there a second?
Second.
So what is, say that again? What's your motion?
Motion to amend Glenn Reikley's appointment to the Agricultural Commission for a term expiring to 8/1/2021.
When did we appoint him?
Last meeting.
I was here.
Yeah.
I liked him then, too.
Good. Is there a second?
No recollection of that.
Second.
All those, Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I think you made the motion.
I'm sure.
2050.
All right, so I have parade forms for any groups, organizations in town that would like to be in the parade. It's totally free. We just ask you to fill out a form so we know how many people are going to be in the parade. If anybody wants them. And this past weekend, we had the Kids Winterfest at the Snow Hall. I would say we had roughly 100 people, possibly more. It was very hard to keep track of the count because people were coming in, going out all day. But it was overall a very successful event. The Lions Club was there doing eye screening. They had 31 eye screenings done that day, all from kids that were from all over, from ages 6 to 8, I think was like their range of most of the kids. They had a couple older, so they had a good screening for that. We did have rain, but the horse carriage rides from Jim Strumford and from Harrington Stables, he kept going. He was a trooper and stayed in the rain the whole time, so he was great. So we definitely thank him for sticking it out for us. And then we have, next weekend is the home show, which we will be at the whole weekend, selling all of our merchandise, promoting all of our events. So come check us out if you want to buy anything. And then yesterday was the last day for the Love Your Library scavenger hunt. I was hoping Paul was here to talk about it, but I'll kind of briefly say some things. But I'm not sure how their turnout was, but this coming Saturday, they have their raffle drawing that they did. March 3rd at the book club in South Windsor at 11 o'clock. They have 8 prizes to give away based on all the people who finished the book from all of the 5 libraries. So we'll find out who the winners are for that. The Vintage Lady Tea Party is March 21st at the Senior Center. They ask if you would like to attend to just let them know so they can get a head count to get tables and chairs set up. In April, for the whole month, we're going to have a shoe drive. I had done one 2 years ago, so you'll start to see flyers for that.
For what now?
A shoe drive.
How used can they be?
Very used. Whatever condition that they're in, the company that I use is Soles for Souls. They take any conditioned shoes, and if they're not good enough to be worn, they'll either melt the rubber down from the shoes and create something new, and so they can do kind of anything with the shoes that they're given.
When is that?
The whole month of April.
And where is that?
So there's going to be boxes around town. I haven't decided where yet. There's definitely going to be one in the town hall.
Okay.
The libraries, and I seem to have decided the other places.
And the shoes are donated to people who need them.
To the organization, and they bring them to wherever they need to go. I'll have more on that when the time comes, but
Okay.
just to start thinking about it if people are starting their spring cleaning.
And it's a single shoe too.
Yeah, people can only find one shoe. They take it for amputees, so you can only find one shoe. Feel free to donate it. So we also have the vintage baseball game coming up. That is in May. We are still waiting to hear for the opposing team that the Red Onions will be playing. I guess the team that they were supposed to have play against them backed out or couldn't do it or something, so they're finding another team to play.
No, not anymore.
So we'll have them. Sylvia's Hot Dogs will be the hot dog vendor there, so you can get a hot dog for the baseball game. We're also having the Rotary Club do popcorn. Sorry, this is a lot tonight. I have a lot written down. For the reenactment and food truck fest, we have 8 trucks signed up right now. We're hoping to get 2 or 3 more. The list that we have is Linda's Pit Stop, Bear's Barbecue, Chef Bill's Pepper Mill Grill, Keep 'em Rolling, which is a Chinese egg roll type food truck, Gypsy Joe Coffee, Lucky Dog World Famous Hot Dogs, and then we have the Broadbrook Fire Department doing baked potatoes and the Broadbrook Firemen doing chowder. So we're still waiting to hear about some of the other ones. So
Broadbrook Fire Department doing, say that again?
Broadbrook Fire Department is doing chowder,
Yep.
and Warehouse Point is doing baked potatoes.
Okay, I misheard that the first time.
Did I say it wrong the first time?
I'm not sure.
That's all
Oh.
right.
Sorry.
Good.
And then we still have sponsors for all of the past events and for upcoming events, except for Heritage Day. We just got the flyer out the beginning of the week maybe, for looking for sponsors for Heritage Day. So we're gonna start spreading the word out more, to hopefully get some sponsors for those. And things are moving along really well. We have 7 or 8 already confirmed parade participants, so slowly all coming together.
Very good.
Did you reach out to the foot cart?
I believe Lynn did, yeah. So we're trying to cover everybody that we can possibly think of. So if there's someone else that you can think of for the parade, let me know, and if we haven't gotten the contact out, we certainly can.
Could you give us a list of those that have confirmed and can start thinking about others that, you know what I'm saying, that could possibly attend? We can give you the names and that kind
We have
of
a solid list right now, and we've already made initial contacts.
Yeah.
So down the road, we can ask for some help. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking, because you have this, you want to be in the parade, but yet I don't know who
Yeah.
you have coming now.
Yeah.
You know, to think of others that I think would be appropriate.
Yeah, we have a whole list. We've already reached out once.
Okay.
And as we think of more, we'll add them to it. So
Okay.
if there's someone you think of specifically, just let me know.
Okay.
I know that one of the questionable locations that we couldn't get a contact for was the German club. So if anybody knows anybody who goes to the German club, if you could bring a flyer to them. Other than that, there's a couple off on that list. I just don't know what they were, so.
Okay.
Rebecca, roughly how many people groups do you have participating in the parade?
Right now, I think there's 7 or 8. Shriners is our biggest one. They have the little car Jeep
Cars.
things.
Yep.
Yep, they didn't say how many Jeeps they were gonna bring, but I assume a decent amount. They're gonna have a little display too at the end at Heritage Day to have donations and show the carts and everything else. And then the ambulance, the fire departments, we're waiting to get the form back from them, but they said they wanted to do it.
Both departments,
Yep. American Heritage River Commission,
high school